This man was the sheriff of the town, but no one respected him. A woman cleaning upstairs hurriedly swept dust right onto his head as soon as she saw him coming. Even the old men in town would mock him during their chats. Every time there was trouble in town, the sheriff would step up to handle it. But he never succeeded in resolving anything. Fortunately, he had a good deputy who often stepped in to clean up the mess, saving him from further embarrassment. The reason he never dared to draw his gun was because his authority in town had been gradually declining. In desperation, he even tried a bizarre remedy recommended by a Native American, smearing animal droppings over his eyes, but it didn't seem to help. Now, a new marshal had arrived in town with some bad news. Recently, a man named Dutch and his gang had robbed a train nearby. There were over 50 people on board, and aside from one girl, no one survived. But someone named Arthur Roy had stolen the gang's loot and disappeared. Dutch and his men were now scouring the region to find Arthur. One of the towns they passed through, Creed, had already been leveled to the ground. The marshal had decided Arthur needed to be arrested, but his men weren't enough. They needed to go to Buffalo Town to ask the army for help. He told the sheriff to prepare. Dutch and his men might be headed their way. But instead of rushing to devise a plan, the sheriff made his way straight to Alice's farm to warn her. He told her one of Dutch's men, Arthur Roy, was now on the loose, that he'd betrayed Dutch, stolen the loot, and was now being hunted. He urged her to stay alert. Alice interrupted him, saying they should talk inside about Arthur. After all, wasn't that Arthur right there in the barn? Even as they talked inside, the sheriff's mind was elsewhere. He wasn't just concerned about Arthur, he had come to confess his feelings to the widow. But before he could say a word, Arthur suddenly turned himself in. "It was me," he said. He confessed that he'd gotten into a gunfight with Dutch's gang near Creed and had killed 12 of them. The sheriff wasn't sure whether to believe him, but decided to take him in anyway. If Arthur was telling the truth, their town, LaBelle, could be the gang's next target.